This level, built in Unreal 4, is based off of the real-world location of the Winchester Mystery House, a proposed haunted house in California. There's some interesting architectural features of the Winchester Mystery House that we should touch on that have been included in the level, including these high-vaulted, sort of large octagonal rooms, and a couple of very strange features, such as stairways that were built straight up to the ceiling that pretend to go nowhere, and also rooms that have been continuously built over and over and over again so that they sort of are erased from the house but are still part of the architecture. When considering building this level and what mechanics would fit well within this sort of space, it was a real challenge to incorporate and reason why these features would be included in a house like this and what that would mean for someone traversing the home. In the end, I, like many others, thought about this in terms of a haunting, a ghost, someone with a non-corporeal form who could easily go through said stairs up into the ceiling into the next room, because it doesn't really matter that there's a solid thing in the way. So that informed the major mechanic of this level, which is the fact that the player is a ghost and can walk through walls. Now, according to ghost lore, ghosts also cannot leave the area which they haunt, which in this case would be the Winchester Mystery House surrounding you itself. So it was important in this level to include signifiers of which walls the player could and couldn't go through. This includes these windows and solid walls, as you can see here. To communicate to the player that the windowed walls are the exterior, there's a difference, and every windowed wall is unpassable. So if you see windows, you can't move through those. That's the edge of the house you can't move. But these solid walls, you can move through. This also kind of informed the other major mechanic of the level, which is key collection, key being the nebulous term. You collect items to unlock other items, which unlock physical areas or new areas from which you can progress. This came about because of the house's sort of varied nature, with spaces hidden behind other spaces, and it contributed to the overall sense of the design experience goal I was going for, which is searching and investigation. The player really needs to feel like they've gone through a maze and they're uncovering and discovering new things that have been hidden for generations. If we take a look here, we can go through one of the real-world locations, these large, high-ceilinged rooms that are adjacent to like very narrow, small hallways. And here we find another ghost. Ghost says, "Bring me a pink key and I will open the door to the next area." Here's one of our first physical gates. This also tells us that the goal, of course, is to bring one of these pink keys to the ghost. So if we continue down this hallway, we can see, if we look through these windows, that these round things, these round objects are the keys we need to collect. And square objects are the chests that these keys unlock. So as playtesters walked around, they could see these areas, but frequently playtesters forgot that they could walk through these walls. And they could see these keys that they needed to get, and they went after them, searching, going through other places. Finally, they learned that, yes, they could go through these walls. So here we find our first green key, and we trigger a trapdoor. This trapdoor is reminiscent of features in the actual house. There are a lot of doors that kind of sit in the floor that could open and drop several floors down. So, we back up and jump here. We can collect our first green key, which you see in the bottom corner here. So if we also are, paying attention and we can go through this wall, we see that there's a yellow key here. So I'll go ahead and run over that one to pick it up. And if we look out over the rest of the house, again, this is a windowed area, so we cannot walk through it. We can see a blue key here, and we can see a blue chest, the square object. So if we go back through here and we explore the bottom floor of the house here, we turn here, we can see our blue chest, but I don't see any other way to approach there's no way to get that blue key that we were looking for. Here's our yellow chest. Oh, and here's the door to leave the area. And this is, I need to help the other ghosts in this area first. So, we should go continue with our goal. So one thing that came about in playtesting here was that there originally was a green chest in this room, and the green chest kind of got stuck. It prevented players from moving around, and they often forgot that it was here. So I moved this green chest, you'll see later, to another area. But we can still move through these walls. We're looking around, we can see that they exist. And here's our blue key we passed through the walls. So we've now gotten one blue key, and we come up to the chest. We cannot unlock it because we need more blue keys. We need another one. So here's another feature from the original architecture of the house, a staircase that goes up to nowhere, but since we're a ghost, we can pass through that, no problem. Now we have all of our green keys, so if we keep searching, through this room, go down there, here is our green chest. And if we look back here through these sight lines, we can see this blue key. And sight lines became very important over the course of iterating this level, because players could always see what they were supposed to be doing if they could look out the windows, and they'd be like, yes, I need to go over there, but how do I do it? And that train of logic, that sort of puzzle of trying to figure out and navigate the space to access those keys and those chests became quite a compelling experience for them. So I tried to preserve it by placing these objects in ways that you could see them quite clearly, but weren't quite sure how to get there. So we can also come back here, go through the window, and pick up that key. So here's our first chest, the green chest. We come up to it, it says press E to open the chest. This is a development that was important in playtesting because people would, originally you could just walk over the chest and that would unlock the chest. And then the key inside would appear, but since people were already moving forward, they would often already collect the key and not realize they had picked one up. So I added this key press, it says press E to open chest. I added this key press to help players realize that there was a key that they were picking up. So we pick it up, got 2 yellow keys, we can hop back over this way. So we need 2 more yellow keys, and we have all of our blue keys. So we can go back downstairs, over here, open our blue chest. Now we have 3 out of 4 yellow keys. So if we go upstairs again, if we recall from this area up here, here's our yellow key, and we can walk through this wall and be in this little area and see it again, but how can we get over there? So there we picked up all of our yellow keys. We need to find our pink key. Let's try unlocking that yellow chest we found. Here it is. And here we go, we've picked up our pink key. So now we need to, if we recall our goal, to bring a pink key to the ghost. We do so by walking over to the ghost. It says, thank you. I've unlocked the door downstairs for you. Thanks, ghost. Now our goal has changed. If you can see, it says exit the pink ghost's area. We go downstairs back to the door we found earlier next to the yellow chest. So now that we've helped the ghost, we can go back to the exit in the area where we found the yellow chest. We walk up to the door, it says I can leave now, and the door opens for us.